Sharon's here. How are you? I'm so glad you joined me, girlfriends. We had such a great fun day and so informative for you ladies right now. Today I'm going to be discussing the changes that you make in skincare as we age. In other words, how skincare changes from 50 to 70 plus. And I am doing a collab with Elle from Elle Artistry. I am so excited to do this. But before we get into anything else, for those of you that have not subscribed to my channel, please scroll on down and hit that subscribe button. Girlfriends, you'll be notified of everything I do and then some. And then hit that notification bell because you'll also be notified when I release my videos as well. I usually release on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday during the week. Okay, without further ado, let's talk about Elle. I am so excited. This woman has got to be one of the most talented, premier celebrity makeup artists that I've ever met in my life. I've never seen anyone take one palette and can do 4 to 5 looks out of it, and they're totally extreme and gorgeous. I've never seen a woman with more tips and tricks and hacks, which I picked up on, by the way, that has really helped me with my makeup look. I haven't seen too many young women like herself that are using a lot of cream eyeshadows, even showing you how to make them out of pigment and moisturizer mixed together to get these gorgeous colors to bring your eyes just pop. If you have not subscribed to Elle channel, I'm going to have her listed below. You must go over there. Our collab is going to be so much fun. I love this gal with all my heart. You know, I said not too long ago, I said, oh, Elle's 32 years old. And Elle said, Sharon, you know I'm 39. I said, huh? She said, but thank you. Well, she doesn't look it, girlfriends, and you'll see that when you go over there if you're not already familiar with her. So this is going to be a lot of fun, and I want to attack it right now. Okay, I told all my subbies that I am going to show them exactly what medical grade products that they would need on a day-to-day basis, all right? Now, I want to start out by saying this before I get heavily into the products. I am going to be discussing medical grade products. The reason being, medical grade products are the only products that penetrate deeper than the barrier, deeper than your epidermis. It will get to the dermis and the lower layers. The difference between medical grade and over-the-counter is that medical grade is sold and dispensed by a doctor's office or a medical type spa. You don't see them advertised everywhere. You don't see commercials about medical grade, and that is the reason why. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is I'm going to show you where it's actually more cost effective using medical grade. So hang in there with me, girlfriends, okay? Let's talk about why the skincare changes as we get older. For instance, when I was 40, I could get away with using my Select C, okay, which is a medical grade vitamin C. I could get away with using my Genifique serum or my Estee Lauder serum that I would use, and my Visionaire, and little things like that as far as serums and what have you. And just get away with some retinol as far as the retinoid being used. Well, that was all fine. But then my dermatologist told me, okay, girl, I remember I hit 45 years old, and she said, we got to up the game. You're getting a lot of fine lines and things around here. You're getting around your lips, you know. You're getting these nasolabial lines coming here. We need to up the game. At 45 years old, I started using Retin A. I started with the 0.05, okay, is what I did. I started off just once a week. I didn't have any trouble with that, no shedding, no real problems, because I exfoliated like a bandit anyway. And then I just started increasing it as the weeks went by to maybe 2 times a week, and then 3 times, 4 times. Finally, I was using that particular dose of Retin A 5 nights a week. And I went from 45 to 50 actually doing that. Now, as far as serums, I didn't really change my serums a lot. I kind of stayed where I was comfortable with the serums because I noticed that this Retin-A was doing a heck of a job, girlfriends, okay? Now that's our biggie, okay? Remember, Retin-A is the biggie first. You have to have Retin-A above everything. And then, of course, with constant exfoliation with glycolic acid, I was so good to go. Then by the time I had 50, this is when my doctor said, okay, now we pull out all the big guns. You're going through this menopause situation. You know, you're going to need a whole lot more of what's going on. And from then on, I went all medical grade. Now I'm on, of course, the 0.01% of Retin-A. And I was using it 7 nights a week. I came down to about 5 nights a week because, I mean, I didn't need it much more than that. It already had done its duty when I first started using it, okay, at 50. So then I am now using it 3 nights a week because another night of the week I'm going to do a whole big exfoliation night. And then other nights I'm going to use other serums and other products. So you say, Sharon, that sounds great. We're in like Flint. Your skin looks pretty good. I'm 69 September. I will be 70 years old. I have not had plastic surgery except on my eyes when I was in my early 40s. They removed the fat pad from up here and down here. But of course, remember, plastic surgery is only good for, 12 years max. So as you can see, I could use some more. I could use another eye job. I could use a facelift. I could use a whole lot of things, okay? But I'm going to try to preserve what I've got right now because I am dieting and your skin's going to start sagging and dropping. So I'm going to wait till I'm through with this dieting kick and then do an overall, exam of what I should do. But in the meantime, all my medical grade has been making up for a lot of the sagging. So let's talk about that, okay? All right, from 50 to 60s, and I'm going to tell you the routine is about the same. From even 60 to 70, it's almost the same. All right, I'm going to wake up every morning and I am totally going to wash my face. In the morning, you don't need to double cleanse because you've only got what you put on the night before and that's not going to be too bad. So you can use the CeraVe cleanser, that's fine. I like Dermalogica because I like a milky type cleanser. It's better for my skin. I have dry skin. You can use the Hada Labo. I've got that. I tried that and it foams up and leaves kind of a milky type texture. And I'm not opposed to that. I like that a lot. It's hard to drag me away from Dermalogica though. I really like that cleanser, okay? But don't go out and spend an exorbitant amount of money on cleansers. And the reason being is you don't have them on your face long enough to really do anything. I just don't want to strip all what little bit of oils I have left in my skin at my age. So that's why I'm pretty careful about my cleansers. Now in the evening, I will do a double cleanse. I will use Camilla oil first and then I use, another cleanser. That works great. We're discussing now mornings right now, okay? Because I don't want to flip you guys out. So I've already cleansed my face for the morning, okay? I've toned it. I use any toner that has no alcohol in it. Toner is important because it puts the face back to the pH level. I always use a toner. Right now, what is it? L'Oreal, I think, is my toner with no alcohol. I use a ton of different toners, though, and they're fine. And I even use some of my essences as a toner as well. Then once I have my toner in and my skin is back to its pH level, I'm going to grab one of my essences. Let's just say, hypothetically, I grab my SK2. I used to use my May Coupe. I loved that. But I noticed my skin was drying just a little bit. Well, alcohol happens to be the second ingredient in my May Coupe, so I kind of divorced myself from it for a while. I'm not saying SK2 is that much better, but it is a little bit better. But I'm getting ready now to try other different essences as well. And I do like the Tasha essence probably the best. All right, now I just don't use my essence once. The first time I use it, I take a cotton ball, put the essence on it, and a cotton pad and wipe it all over my face. That's after the toner, then the essence. Now then I do it again. But I put essence in my hand, rub it together, and just splash, splash, pat, pat, and do the tingle. the finger tapping. I always do the finger tapping with my essences. Essence to me is the most important thing for getting the skin prepared for the makeup, okay? For all the rest of your skincare and makeup and everything. After your essence, what you want to do is you want to put vitamin C on your skin. This is an antioxidant. You have to have vitamin C. So get over yourself. You got to have it, okay? Especially at our age. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I don't use any vitamin C other than medical grade, so you're not going to hear me talk about this cheap junk, okay? I don't do cheap junk. I do the granddaddy of them all that goes down into the dermis and the lower layers because I want to actually see a real difference in my skin. So, obviously, and there's a reason I'm holding up my travel size SkinCeuticals here. I use SkinCeuticals with Hyaluronic Acid. This is the strongest and the best next to Celex C. I will have all of these listed below. This vitamin C is, yes, very expensive. Of course it is. It runs about $160, $62. I can tell you right now, this is the granddaddy though. This is the kahuna. This is the major one. This is #1 on the market with every plastic surgeon and dermatologist in the country. They love, 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 love this one. And I can understand why. It's heaven. Now, for those of you that say, oh my gosh, you're $160 for vitamin C. And no, Timeless won't do the trick. Skin Devil won't do the trick. Ordinary won't do the trick. It's all mixed with other stuff. This is where it's at, girlfriends. And I hate to end a sentence with "at," but it is. Okay? Then buy the little travel package. That's why I'm showing you these. There's like 5 of these in a little travel package that's only like $70. And you can try that to get the feel of this before you start purchasing your bottles. Because these are in the dark bottles as well, and you know we've got to keep it out of the sun, okay? Then the next thing we're going to do, I let my vitamin C sit into my skin at least 10 to 15 minutes. Vitamin C takes its time to work its way through, but that is the most important serum you're going to put on there right now. The next thing that I do put on my skin is my hyaluronic acid. Now I use the Skin Medica HA5. Also SkinCeuticals, and which I'll list down below, puts out a hyaluronic acid intensifier in a drop form. Remember one thing, pure, true hyaluronic acid is not liquidy and runny, okay? If that's what you got other stuff mixed with it. See, I like pure stuff. I want pure, strong, kick butt products. If I'm going to pay for it, I want it to last and I want it to be the real deal. I just don't want to play around thinking, maybe this will work for me. I know it doesn't work for everybody, but maybe it will for me. No, that junk's not going to work. You talk yourself into thinking it's working. It's your retin-A that's doing the work, not that crap you're putting on your face. But if you have the retin-A and other medical grade serums and products, you're taking care of yourself a long time. You're getting the plumpness. You're getting the fullness. Your texture's starting to change. The color becomes a little more radiant. Do you see what I'm saying? And the elasticity is much better. Much better. And I'll show you a test for that in a minute. But this is the hyaluronic acid I use. And it is like a little foamy type gel. Let me just show you. Yes, it's a little pricey too. Okay? You see? Now just watch this. See, it's a thicker consistency, like gel. No, and it feels cool. It feels cool, and it just penetrates, see, straight into the skin. Love that hyaluronic acid, girls, okay? It's got several types of hyaluronic acids in it. That's why you're getting it good. All right, the next thing that I want to talk to you about, any other type serums put on your face. In the mornings, I also use Skin Medica TNS Essential Serum. Now, this is a dual chamber product. If you can see here, you see 2 little holes. One hole will have a peptide cream coming out. This hole is going to have a growth factor gel. This is 2 products in one. You got a chamber one for here and a chamber here. And the reason I like this is it comes out cheaper than buying each one separately. which you can buy. But this is your kahuna all put together. You need your peptides. You know, you need this has every kind of peptide you can ever imagine. And the right ones, I might add. And then on top of that, you've got your growth factor. So you are covered. So I just take out one squirt, rub my hands together, and I pat all this into my skin. Now, what about my eyes, you say? Piece of cake. 3 different eye creams I absolutely love. Yes, of course, everything I'm showing you is medical grade. The Revision Company puts out DEJ. Now, let me tell you why this is a huge, huge winner. This you can rub on your eyelids and your brow bone as well, and underneath. Just pat, 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 rub it in circles if you want. This is a miracle for even eyelid lines. Look at my eyelids, so much better because I use this all the time. Now, everybody knows at night I do use a different eye cream. When I sleep, I use the Skin Medica TNS Eye Repair. This is more emollient, it's a little thicker, and I definitely wear this at night. There are days too that I switch off with my DEJ and I move over to my SkinCeuticals AOX. It's a thick, kind of a rose-colored gel. It's heavenly. It squirts out. I rub it between my fingers. Pat, 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 pat around my orbital bone, right here in the creases. Dot, dot, dot. You follow me? You gotta have your eye cream. The skin under your eyes is uber, uber thin and delicate. And little veins can, you know, break little capillaries under there. It can stretch out. You've got little tiny lines. You don't have a lot of skin left because as we age, the skin sags and droops. You're not going to have much left. Girlfriends, trust me. Use your bloody eye cream, okay? And then after I have done all of this is my day skincare. I also want to grab my Revision Nectifirm. Now this is a cream that is strictly for your neck and your décolleté. Okay, this medical grade has, I mean, it's fantastic. I'm not going to say the whole thing gives you a complete lift because nothing's going to do that. But does it help firm some of this here and here? Yes. It absolutely does. One of my subscribers tried it. Her name is Ann, and Ann did before and after pictures of what it did for her. She's a lot younger though. Tremendous result. Plastic surgeons use this right after they do surgeries on the neck and facelift. They use this for the neck because it helps in tightening and firming it somewhat. So this is a great product to have. I mean, every little bit of lift, it helps, girlfriends, right? Not so much lift as it does elasticity and kind of firmness. So, my ladies, what is the last thing I do before I get, you know, ready to finish my day and start my makeup? I am going to use a moisturizer. Now, I use a lightweight moisturizer. This one happens to be my hydrating cream from Lana Cream. I also use the Tashi water cream and then their silk cream. I use CeraVe sometimes. I use any type of moisturizer and I just pat it all into my skin. And then, of course, after that, I'm going to use my Elta MD sunscreen. And I take it all down to my décolleté and everything. Everything I do for my face, I take it down my neck and my décolleté. That is my morning. Those are the only products, girlfriends, you would need. You're not investing that much, and they last quite a while. I don't spend a fortune on mine. Most of my products, what I buy, will last me 4 to 6 months. On the average, if you add them all together, what I am spending a month, maybe $62 for all of it. Hello. It's cheaper than the car payment, all right? And it's a much more important. Okay, now let's talk about night. All right, I've double cleansed all my skin. I'm toning. I have done the essence. Again, I always do my essence. I always do a mask as well. I mask every single night of my life, okay? I need all the hydration I can get. Let's just face it, okay? At this age, you need hydration. All right, so after I mask, because the skin's all nice and it's clean, it's prepped, I'm going to get my Retin-A. Now, as I told you, I use the 0.1, okay, percent, the 0.1% Retin-A, the big kahuna. I only use a pea size, and I rub it here, I rub it here, rub it here, rub it here, right down my nose a little bit. Now, I also take it down my neck and on my décolleté. Sometimes, okay, when I say sometimes, because some nights I say, okay, I'll just keep it all on my face, and then what am I going to do for my neck? Well, because we have an oil that has very strong vitamin A derivatives in it, stronger than rosehip seed oil, is cacao, I'm going to use cacao oil on my neck and décolleté most of the time, and just keep my Retin-A here. And yes, they can join together, so whatever. It's not going to hurt you and hurt your skin. Cacao oil is probably one of the best oils I've ever seen in my life for the skin. Other than almond oil, I'm really digging almond oil. Okay, so the nights I do not repeat, I do not use my Retin-A. I've already cleansed and toned and have my essence on, and then I'm going to use an antioxidant at night, and I'm going to use SkinCeuticals resveratrol. Okay, this is the antioxidant that I use at night on my skin. You know, squirt it out and just pat, 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 pat. It's nice, cool, lovely. I'm also going to use my hyaluronic acid. Even though I've masked and I've done everything, I'm going to have that double moisturizer, so I'm going to use hyaluronic acid again. After that, I'm going to put my eye cream on of choice, which will be my TNS, Skin Medica eye cream, okay? And then I'm going to seal it. Now, when I say seal it, I want everything to hold it in. I am really big on oils. It can be my cacao oil, because I use that a ton, or I'm on a kick that night, and so I'm going to use my Guerlain Camellia face oil with avocado and primrose and all these other goodies in it. Just, squirt it on my hand, rub it together, pat it all over, seal that in. Or I'm going to use my Habaji Hydrate Luxe. It's a thicker cream, and it is heaven. Smell really. And I have sealed everything in. Now you all ask me, okay, Sharon, gosh, you didn't have to have too much for the night. No, you really don't. Now, on the nights when I am using my Retin-A, I will always mask first and just put the Retin-A on. I will not put anything else on top of the Retin-A. I don't need to. I don't need to put creams on, moisturizers, or any oils to pack it on. I want nothing to cut down the effectiveness of the Retin-A. Nothing. Because I only, wear it now 3 nights a week, right? So my doctor said, well, just leave it. Let it do its magic. You have just enough on there, and then you've masked, put your Retin-A on, and go to bed. That's all you have to do. Ladies, it is that simple and that easy. It is not that expensive. I can promise you to use medical grade and do it the right way for your skin. Because as we get older, if you don't pull out everything you've got, the big granddaddies now, and if you don't start investing, you may think this is gonna hold you. It won't. Because when you reach the big 6-0, I swear every morning I wake up, there is something new. It could be Amelia up here. It could be little Amelia down here. It could be an age spot on your face. It could be a teeny tiny little mole coming up again, pigmentation coming up. Stop it. Every day it's going to be some sort of nightmare. It's really funny. I told you guys I'm a freak about my hands, okay? Always. I noticed a teeny tiny little age spot in the making. I have an appointment with my dermatologist next week because we're not going to have any of this. It's in the making. We're going to, freeze that off or do what she's got to do, because I am not going to have those ugly age spots on my body. Not my hands, not my body, nada. And I do keep Retin-A on my hands. I do keep sunscreen on my hands. I do the same serums on my hands, believe it or not, that I do my neck and my décolleté. So ladies, that is why it is so important right now to jump on this bandwagon. Do not be late. If you are late, it's going to be too hard to play catch up. You know, when I started all this in my 40s, I tell my dermatologist all the time, I wish I had started all of this in my 30s. She said, because I mean, you know, we're in there getting microdermabrasion, LED lighting, microcurrent. We just jump in there and got to get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know what? We might not have even had to have any little Botox in our L's or any little fillers in here had we jumped on this medical grade bandwagon a long time ago. But do you know what? It's like my dermatologist told me. She said, you have just saved your skin. You have gotten so full force with it and never turned back and just head on with it and listened to everything I've told you to do. For your age, it's unbelievable, your skin. So, I'm glad of that, and it's a constant working, I'm telling you, because you never know what tomorrow's going to lead to, right, girlfriends? But I stay out of the sun, I use my sunscreen, and I'm going to stay healthy. All right, my ladies, I want to thank you so much for being with me. I want you to understand how important it is right now as our skin changes. We have to up our game, okay? And it's like, pretty soon I'll be 70 in September. And you'll say, well, Sharon, what can you possibly do by then? Aha! I've got some new products and new treatments coming for all you gals. And I'll be showing you all of that. Could it be that we're all going to look like Cinderella? Thank you, ladies, for joining me today. This collab was a blast. I can't wait to run over and hear what Elle's got to say, because she's covering, you know, like the 30s and 40s, and I'm dying to hear what they're doing, because this will get you a head start, my ladies, okay? I love each and every one of you, and to all my new subbies, mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you, girlfriends, for joining me and being part of my tribe. I just love you. We have so much fun over here. We're just all coots. We just love it. All right, I want all of my subscribers to stay sassy, classy, and confident, and give me a big thumbs up on this video.